Guys, Jackie M, how you doing? This is Masters of Malaysian Cuisine, Series 5, Session number 2. And we have Zaleha Olpin. She's going to be making something that's a specialty of the East Coast of Malaysia that I've never heard of. But we're going to get her to tell us a little bit about it in a second. But first of all, I've got a very special message from a very special young gentleman from Junior MasterChef Australia. So just give me 2 seconds while I pull it up.
Hello everyone on Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. I'm Sashi Chalaya, winner of MasterChef Australia 2018. I'm currently running a restaurant called Gajah by Sashi in Adelaide.
And hello, my name is Ryan. I'm Sashi's son and I'll be in Junior MasterChef on Network 10 starting on October the 11th. I am so excited to be on your screens for Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. Look out for my interview and my recipe on EMAG4. Have a great night.
Okay, that sounds amazing. It's really just cute as. Well, we're going to play it by ear, guys. We seem to be getting a little bit of feedback that we've been trying to resolve. We'll see how bad it gets. All right. So worst case, we might actually stick to just the Wonder camera, but we'll see how we go anyway. But yeah, Zaleha, how you doing?
I'm good. A little bit stressed because of the technical problem, and I'm no technical person at all. But thank you, Paul, for the help, and you, Jackie, as well. But hopefully it works. But even I could hear the echo coming up from the other camera. We'll see. Other than that, all good. It's a busy weekend the last few weeks doing all my stuff. But yeah, all good.
I don't know how you do so much stuff. I'm good. Yeah, I just had my session a couple of hours ago. So yes, I'm chilling out now and just watching you cook this time around. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Jackie M from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. Don't forget to sign up at malaysianchefs.com/join today if you want to get a hold of all our recipes, including EMAG4, which is coming out in a few days. And there's a special edition with a feature Q&A with young Ryan from Junior MasterChef Australia. And also we have a recipe from Ryan as well. And also, in case you missed the clip earlier, Ryan is actually the son of Sashi Chalaya, who's the winner of MasterChef Australia from 2 seasons ago in 2018. So this is really exciting. They're from Singapore. Sashi's from Singapore, so which is where Nora Harun, our Master of Malaysian Cuisine chef, is from as well. So we're all part of the same family. We're very proud of them. All right. So make sure you guys tune into MasterChef, Junior MasterChef when it starts. And guys, don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. And do a hashtag live if you're watching it live. And we are getting really bad reverb now. And hashtag replay if you're watching a replay of this. But yeah, let us know where you're watching from so we can pull it up on the screen and say hello to you properly. All right, Zaleha, tell us about Mee Calong. What's Mee Calong?
Right, Mee Calong is a traditional dish from East Coast of Malaysia. Obviously, it's also the recipe is also in my cookbook. But I have changed the recipe around a little bit after I have spoken to our queen. I met the queen last year and we talked about food, obviously. So the queen told me this is the way she cooked her Mee Calong. So today's recipe is actually a mix of the queen's recipe and my recipe that I put together, and especially for you guys. It's slightly different from my cookbook, but it's Mee Calong. Basically, because we live the East Coast of Malaysia, we are very, very close to the ocean, to the beach, to the sea. So we get fresh seafood all the time. My favorite bit about going back to my hometown would be taking my husband Dave to the, we call it penambang. Penambang means where they sell fresh fish. We just wait for those fishermen to come back from their day job, come in with a big boat, and we just choose what we want. They just bring it in, some alive, some are it's amazing. That's where you get fresh fish. So I grew up eating those fresh fish. You know, we go to the market, you get everything is fresh and beautiful. In the UK, I have to improvise. I have to make do with what I have. And sometimes I can't get Spanish mackerel. So I end up using baza filet, which is white fish. So today's recipe is also about improvising what I have in England to make something that I love, which is from my hometown. So this is what we're going to have. It's basically a broth with fishball in it, with tofu, if some vegetables in there as well.
All right. Now, I don't know if you've ever had the Chinese version of fishball noodles. How different is it to what you're making?
Okay. The thing that I know, because I've learned to make the Chinese fishball as well, I know that they put, what do you call it? They put tapioca flour as well in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they do it by hand. The one I learned that they do it by hand, they mix it in, and then they just throw them about 100 times onto the table, correct?
Yeah.
To make it nice and elastic.
Springy.
So the one ours is super easy. If the original bit from Malaysia, from my hometown Basra, would be just the fish. You roll it into the bowl. You put some salt. You mix the fish. You mash it up, and you roll it into a bowl and you boil it. But today I'm putting some flour in there as well, just to change it around, because the fish here is obviously not as fresh, and I like some pilly bit like the Chinese fish ball as well. So that is the difference from our fish ball. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Chinese fishball noodle soup only has garlic in it. Is that right?
Yeah. It's a very plain soup.
Yeah. So ours have the the 4 spice that we use to make curries and everything. We got ours have cloves, star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom pods.
All right.
So ours have this as well in our soup. So basically, you make the soup. It's a simple broth, but you can also pound the ingredients. You can also slice the ingredients. It's up to you how you want to improvise your soup. Some people slice it because they like a very clear, clean broth. I used to blend them because Sophia loves this soup, but she doesn't like the taste of onion and garlic if it's sliced. So I used to blend them. So my soup would be slightly cloudy, but the idea is the same, that you get the soup, the broth.
All right. Okay. I can't wait to see what this looks like and how it compares. Yeah, because I've never actually heard of Mee Calong. What does Calong actually mean?
I don't know. It's probably an old word from Kampong or something like that, but I really don't know what Calong means. I need to check out and see what it means.
Yeah, sure. And I'd love for you to tell us at some point how yours is different from the Queen's version.
Yeah, the Queen's version used those. So my version in my cookbook, I only use garlic and shallots, and I pound them. And also, the Queen version has these tofu balls that we will stuff the fish in the tofu balls, and we will boil it all together. Yeah. The one that I grew up with in Basra, which is a town near my mom's place, it comes only with those fish balls. And again, some Chinese soup, like the one that you do yong tau fu, you stuff with chilies and aubergines and everything, isn't it? With the fish.
So yeah.
Slightly different as well, yeah.
All right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Show us. Did I play the Tourism Malaysia clip? Not yet. Let me just play the Tourism Malaysia clip, and we'll come back and see you get started. Right. Okay.
See you in a bit.
Just 2 seconds, guys.
Hey, now, making a make it known. Hey, now, that was a big applause. Hey, now, you gotta see the beliefs. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Come on. Gotta make a move to get there right now. Somewhere nice that we can get away. Better than the ordinary day. You're my paradise. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Okay, cool. Let's do this.
Right. First of all, you want to do, obviously, because it's a fishball noodles, you want to do the fishball. You can always store-bought them, but in my hometown, as I said, lots of fish, lots of seafood, so we always make our own fishball. In order to do that, you will need fish. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah.
Okay. So what fish are you using today again?
I have 2 types of fish today. So this one is Spanish mackerel. I found it this morning in my local market. But yesterday I have made some of that as well. That's the white fish. So this is what we call bazaar fish. I'm not sure what's another name for it, but it's quite common here in UK in the local supermarket. But it is
Yes.
white fish. So I have made some paste yesterday as well. I'm going to make the fish ball using this bazaar fillet. So those in the UK, if you can't get Spanish mackerel, go for bazaar fillet because it's beautiful, it's sweet, and it's really, really nice compared to other different fish. So you don't use salmon because it doesn't work for our recipe, our Malaysian recipe. So
That's what I
we've
use
got,
over here. So,
yeah. Oh, you have
yeah.
bazaar fillet there.
Yeah. They're
Oh,
very common.
brilliant.
They're frozen. It's just kind of
is
like
it
my
called-
shortcut hack. Basa, BASA, right?
Oh, it's called bazaar there as well.
Yeah. But
Right,
Spanish
there you
mackerel
go.
is super expensive. They're like $30 a kilo for the
They
whole
are
fish.
expensive. Even here, I got this I got that just now, 3 pieces of fillet. They don't even have a whole one. So today's soup slightly shortcut because we don't have the bones to boil for the stock. So
Sure.
just a fillet today. This one cost me £9 today.
Okay, sure.
Fresh,
Yeah.
3 pieces of fresh Spanish mackerel.
Sure.
And you will need some salt.
Okay.
You need white pepper. There you go, white pepper.
Sure.
You can use black pepper if you like. It's
Sure.
almost the same. And we need some cornstarch, corn flour,
Okay, sure.
and we need 1 egg white.
All right. Okay,
So
sure.
I'm going to move slightly here to put it into my food processor.
Sure.
You don't want to put it in the blender because you don't want to put water in the mixture.
Okay.
And I
sure.
remember some people make this fish ball using some ice water as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm going to I've put in the fish. I'm going to add in the egg white. I'm going to add in the white pepper. It's about 1 teaspoon and a bit. If not, it's going to be too hot and heaty for Sophia. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of the cornstarch. And I'm going to split it. A bit noisy.
That's cool.
There you go. Let me have a look if it's good to go. There, it's done. Right, I'm going to show you. So that's the paste that I've just made.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right, this paste is going to be our fish ball that we're going to stuff into the tofu, and we're going to make the soup as well shortly. So
Cool.
let me make the soup broth first. Then while waiting for the broth to boil, we'll stuff the tofu and the rest
Sure.
of the... Yeah.
Sure.
First,
Do you ever
as I
use
said
chicken
just
broth
now,
or anything like that, or is it always fish?
it's always fish broth. Typically you have to boil all the bones, strain
Okay.
it, and
Right.
add it in. You did for the noodles just now. You use the prawn broth, so that's where the
Right.
flavor comes into the picture.
Okay.
But today I don't have them, and those in the UK who doesn't have them, you can always use a little bit of a fish stock, or you can
Okay.
buy a proper fish stock from Sainsbury or the local supermarkets here. They sell fish stock in a tub. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Gotcha.
We're gonna heat up some oil here, about 2 tablespoons,
Sure.
and then I'm going to slice it today. I'm not going to pound it, so I'm going to slice some. There you go.
Okay.
Some garlic and shallot. So it's just going to be sliced,
Sure.
and we're
Is
going
it because you
to
want to
add
clear
it
a broth? Or?
into the oil. So this one actually you will get a clearer broth, not as cloudy as if you pound it. It's exactly the same as how you make the difference between Hainanese chicken rice and Malay chicken rice. So Hainan
Okay.
chicken rice, the broth is clear because you slice everything, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah. Cool.
And the Malay chicken rice, we usually blend the onion, garlic, and ginger. So I slice them
Cool. So we have Renee saying hello. Renee from Dubai, our chef Renee
Hi,
Johari.
Renee.
We have
Hi,
Eng
Chef
Kun
Joe.
watching from Wollongong in New South Wales. We have Eileen from Canada. And we have Lee Yun Kong watching from Johor Bahru. Yay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for popping in to watch me cook today. So this one's going to
Yeah.
go in. What I
Okay,
sliced
cool.
just now.
Cool.
Goes in. We're just going to give it a quick stir until it's nice and fragrant. Oh, I forgot to get the water.
I like how all the other chefs in MOMC are so organized that you've got all your ingredients in little bowls and stuff. I just pour them straight from the bottle and on the jug.
Well, I've got a helper here doing things for me. So it's
fair
fragrant
enough.
now. So we're going to add in the
Sure.
frying spice. The
Okay.
4 empat sekawan we call it, isn't it, in Malaysia?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's go on.
Right.
Hey, Facebook user
now we're
watching
going
from
to-
Selangor.
We add in the
Okay.
water, yeah?
Okay, sure.
You can add in as much as you like for the broth, and you're going to bring it to boil. I'm going to make about 1 liter.
Sure.
Right, that's, I think, should be enough. So I'm going to leave it to boil, and then we'll simmer it for a bit.
Sure.
I'll add in the salt.
Did you roast the spices beforehand, or you just threw them straight in?
No,
Okay.
nothing. It just goes in as it is, and we're just going to boil it. We're going to add in a
Okay.
little bit more salt
Sure.
and a very tiny fish stock. This is from Malaysia, but as I said, you can always buy them.
Sure.
It's always Malaysian, isn't it? I don't like fish stock here in England. For some reason, I think the way they mix it is slightly different than the way we do it in Malaysia. So I can't use it for Malaysian food.
Yeah. I don't buy any
Yeah.
stock in Australia either, like all the pre-made stocks, because they put all kinds of rubbish in them. Not rubbish,
do,
but
they
they're different ingredients. Like, I don't know. Even recipes that teach you how to make stock, they all have celery and all that sort. I hate celery. So that's already not for me.
My stock, I think my fish stock is usually just garlic and shallots. I just boil the bones to death and then just, take it out, and that's it. Strain it. As for the chicken stock, it's always the empat sekawan, a bit of garlic, ginger.
Right.
That
Sure.
usually
Cool.
is. Right,
Cool.
so this one is slightly runny. Right, I've transferred them
Okay.
into a bowl, so it's easier for us to scoop it out. And I don't think I've added any salt just now, so I'm going to do it now. I forgot to add salt, so just a little bit of salt goes in there.
Cool.
And now we have that.
So do you have Mee Calong for breakfast?
We can have Mee Calong for breakfast. If I go back home to Malaysia, that's my breakfast.
All right. Okay. Sure. But it's not something you find at Pasar Malam.
You can get it in Pasar Malam. You can get it in typical Malay street food. Street gerai. You can get them there as well. But this one is typically area around Berserah, which is closer to Kemaman and Terengganu.
Right.
And not the Pekan side. So like Kuantan is like being split up. This area is going towards Terengganu and this area goes towards Pekan. So the food are slightly different. This one you get a lot in Berserah. I'm sure our friend from Food Fame, what's his name again?
Who?
He knows because he's from Berserah, so he would know of this.
Oh, really?
Right. Tofu.
Okay, sure.
We are going to open up the tofu.
Sure.
Press down the meat. You don't have to take out the meat. from the
Okay.
tofu.
Sure.
And I'm going to show you. There you go, that's what we do.
Oh, cool.
Push it in. Right. And then you just close it neatly if you can. As neat as you can, basically. There you go, like that.
Okay, nice.
So we're going to set aside that bit.
Sure.
And we'll just, at the moment we're waiting for
Pearly,
to-
yay.
Pardon? Yes.
Pearly,
You
yeah.
can do yong tau fu as well. Curry laksa.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah. We had curry laksa the same day that day.
Oh, did you? Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always have
Right.
laksa paste in my fridge because I'm always making it for cooking lessons and stuff like that. So,
Me
and
too.
because, yeah. So I've got this eternal supply of laksa paste in my fridge. Hey, Tiger
Yeah, me too,
Arms.
because I think it's easier to do in big batch and put it down in the freezer because it takes time cooking the paste, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. That's
there you go.
right.
That's what
Oh,
we
very cool.
basically need. Just
Sure,
stuff
sure.
it in and then, yeah.
Do you always use
So-
tofu box or do you use like white tofu as well? Or
No, for stuffing, it's easier to use this because it's nice, it's clean, it's already made for you. And,
okay,
you know, just basically put them in.
cool. Right. It's so fascinating. I wonder what the origin of Mee Calong, because it's exactly like the Chinese yong tau fu and fish bowls, right? But just slightly different. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
curious to know who.
So whoever's watching, and if you are from Kuantan or from Pahang or Terengganu, if you know why this is called Mee Calong, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. Right. So we're going to carry on making the like that, yeah?
Are you going to boil them or are you going to fry them?
No, we're going to put them in the soup shortly.
Okay, right. So it just
Right.
cooks directly in the soup. Okay.
Yeah. So, and for the white fish fillet that I made yesterday, this is easier to handle because it's already in the fridge for about 24 hours. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's the basil fillet. All you need to do is make it into little rounds with some wet hands.
Cool.
You need, yeah, just a little bit of wet hands to make it into nice round. I know the Chinese do it really nice, fancy way. They put it into their hands and then they push it to the top. Do you know how to do that, Jackie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just kind of like squeeze it out and then use a spoon and scoop it
Yeah.
out. Yeah. That's what my parents
Do you
used
do
to do.
that?
Sometimes I
Ooh.
don't, in all honesty, I don't make fish bowls so much. I usually use the filling to make yong tau fu. So I like to use it to stuff eggplant, and chili. Those are my two favorite sort of stuff, and also tofu bok. But yeah, fish
Oh,
bowls I don't eat that much of, to be honest. But
I see. Okay.
back in your day, like, when you watch your parents make the fish paste, did they chop it by hand or did they have food processors even back then?
There's no food processor. My mom squeeze it. They squeeze it by hand, and sometimes they use the wooden kind of pestle mortar, but slightly bigger. Sometimes they crush it using those old-fashioned
Really? All right.
pestle mortar. Yeah.
All right. Well, my parents used to chop the fish. Like they'll buy the whole fish and they'll fillet it themselves, and then they'll use the back of a cleaver to chop it up, to like pound it.
You can.
Yeah.
I think it's just a different culture and different way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back to But I'm
Yeah.
always fascinated with how the Chinese throw their fish paste onto the table 100 times.
Yeah. My dad used to do that. Yeah. My dad used to do that as well, and not just with fish paste, but also with because we used to have like these homemade noodles sort of stuff. So the noodle dough, pound it. So
My God, I just do cut noodles. I don't do the pound noodles. I just do cut noodles the Korean way. I started
all right.
doing that since when I moved to Korea a few years back, and I saw the
yeah.
Koreans do cut noodles. I was like, you know what? This is the best way to make noodles. It's easy, slightly messy, but easy.
Is that
So
right?
I've got some fish balls in there, which I'm
Okay.
going to throw in now. It's going to go
Sure.
in, yeah.
All right.
There you go. Going to bring it to boil. Again.
Now, the fish
I'm going
stock
to-
cube that you put in earlier, was that ikan bilis cube or?
Yes,
Okay.
the Malay ikan bilis cube.
Okay.
So
Right. Sure.
The tofu is going in. And there you go. You just have to tidy up the edges
Sure.
and put them in. So I'm just going to do one more so it goes nice into the bowl that we're going to serve later. This time I'm going to do the white fish. So it goes like that.
Did you find with the white fish you had to use more cornstarch in it to help it hold together, or no?
No, it's exactly the same recipe. It's just that if you chill it in the fridge for about a few hours, it will become firm. Then it's easier
Better.
to handle, basically.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
So now I've done that bit. We're going to let it simmer for a while we prepare the sauce for it.
Oh, that's a sauce.
There's a sauce that goes on top of it. There are two types, but I'm going to show you just one today. And
Okay.
because I'll show you what I use as a shortcut, which is this in Kona. I'm not sure if you get them in Australia, but this is basically spicy, non-sugar chili sauce. So there's no sugar in there, but it's the kick, the chili kick with vinegar and everything. So I just use that on top of what I'm going to show you today.
Is that from Malaysia or?
No, it's from, I don't know, it's from Africa probably. Mediterranean or Caribbean.
Oh, okay, sure.
Caribbean. Yeah.
See,
So
Sandy
I've got
says
here,
Sandy can remember her dad chopping the fish with a big cleaver on a wooden cutting board. Yeah, Sandy, same
then-
with me. You don't look old enough to have that experience, Sandy.
of course, yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Soy sauce,
All right.
soy sauce
Okay.
for we've got garlic,
Okay.
we've got some
Is it chopped garlic?
chili padi. Not yet, I'll chop it shortly, but I'm going to show you the ingredients and the vinegar.
All right.
So all
Okay.
these 4 ingredients, I'm going to mix it in. So I'm going to chop the garlic for now.
Okay. Hey,
You
Mala,
can
how
mince
are you?
it.
Mala says hello.
Who's that?
Mala from Sydney. And Tiger
Okay.
Ram says, just Googled a whole story about a warong Mee Calong. Not sure if it says something about the origin because it is in Malay. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Pearly says she still chops the fish on a wooden board with a cleaver. Yeah, Pearly is the
There you
ultimate
go.
old school Chinese style cook.
It's got to be, isn't it? So
Yeah. So can you go through the sauce ingredients again? You had the garlic, you had the chilies, you had the
Yep.
soy sauce, and that chili
I've got
sauce.
garlic. Yeah. So I've got garlic here. This is for the
Okay.
chili soya.
Okay, sure.
And I'm just chopping the chili padi now. You can put as many as you like, as spicy as you like. And yep. Oh, this smells so good.
Oh, I bet.
Yum. Right. Now I'm going to add in the soya. This is a
Right.
mixture of sweet and salty soy sauce.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. A few tablespoons each. And I'm going to add in the vinegar as well. So the
Sure.
vinegar goes in. And where is my teaspoon? Ta-da-da, it's not here. Right. So that's the soya, that's the chili soya.
Okay.
Spicy. Whew. Okay. This is almost done.
Okay.
For the noodles, I'm using yellow noodles today.
Okay, sure. Cool.
But you can also always
typically?
use, yeah, typically they use yellow noodles in Malaysia,
Okay.
in Basra, but you can also use bihun, the rice noodles.
Okay. Sure.
I prefer rice noodles, but my children, my family prefer this yellow noodles. So this is store-bought. I've blanched it according to the instruction. And
Okay, sure.
I'm going to just put it in like that.
Sure.
I'll put it in the plate like so, and then I have here as well bak choy.
Bak choy, yeah, sure.
I have blanched them. Yeah, I have blanched them and put them back into cold water for the extra crunchy, but at the same time you have to blanch it, isn't it? So I'm going to put them into the noodles shortly. But now I am going to cook in the soup. Let me have a taste first.
Sure.
See if we got enough salt and pepper in there.
Sylvia Button says she misses the Pantai Timur, best for seafood. See, I've never been to the east coast of Malaysia. My closest was Kelantan, only for 3 days.
I am so going to take you back to my hometown when we are in Malaysia.
I'd love to. I would love to.
You have to.
I feel like I've missed out on half of Malaysia, you know.
It's so
You know,
beautiful.
Renee Johari. Our chef Renee Johari gave us a background about Mee Calong. He says it's originally from Basra. Cik Kadir, who created the dish as he was selling a fish noodle soup, because he had many Chinese friends selling fishball noodle soup, so he learned it from them. But they still don't actually know Mee Calong. Yeah, so there you go. That's a Chinese connection there. There you go.
There you go. We are always connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to spoon in everything.
You know how you separately blanch the bak choy? That's what I like to do as well. But you don't. I like to cook the vegetables in a separate pot of water as opposed to in the soup. Is that how they usually do it in when they sell Mee Calong, or?
Yes, right. They always blanch them separately. Sometimes you can choose if you don't want your vegetables to be blanched, and it's always separately. So the vegetable that comes in this bowl of noodle are nice and crispy instead of soggy and soft, you know?
Sure. Right. Do they ever serve it with tauge or no?
No, we don't serve it with tauge at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm going to add in the bak choy. Let's move the one. There you go. And some cut chilies. We're going to put a little bit of sliced chilies for color and spiciness, obviously.
Cool.
A little bit of
the noodle soup itself.
Yeah. A little bit of Chinese coriander. Have to go in there.
Cool. Oh, nice.
This is too big. And a little bit of crispy shallots. There you go. That's the...
Beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Wow.
There you go. It's super easy to cook. It's nice and it tastes so delicious because of the stock from the fish. If you make the stock from the chicken bones, homemade stock, it'll be much nicer because I like the intense flavor of fish. Some
Sure.
doesn't. My husband would like tone down the fishy taste a little bit, and he would like it. So
Right.
it's
Sure.
it's all about how you like them. The basic recipe is there. You can improvise and you can change it around as you like
Yeah.
it. Well, and we always serve them with a little bit of this soya chili on top like that.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's really cool.
Yep, and also they do put this on the table in the chalong stall. A little drizzle. You just drizzle them a little there.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
I love how it's got that unique Malay twist where you drizzle the sauce and the chilies and all that over that. Because the Chinese wouldn't have that. The Chinese will have it very, very plain and very bland.
No,
But yeah,
that's how Mee Calong being served in Basra, which is
ah,
close to, which is my hometown, which is slightly towards the beach, towards because
wow.
because we have ample seafood where I come from.
Okay.
So that's
So
guys,
I know.
that's Calong, simple, super easy to make.
Very cool. Mee Calong, guys. So, yeah, the recipe will be coming out in our EMAG 4, guys. Don't forget. And Ryan from Junior MasterChef Australia is going to have a recipe and a Q&A in there as well. So make sure you sign up at malaysianchefs.com/join today. And also, guys, if you missed any of these sessions at all, you can always catch the replay on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. Right. And don't forget, guys, we have a very exciting announcement, a surprise announcement coming up at the end of Series 5. Okay. So make sure you sign up to our website and stay tuned for our very exciting announcement. We look forward to having you with us over the next few weeks. And then you'll get to have a big reveal at the end of these 4 weeks as well. And we have someone from Olasham Kitchen. Hey, how you doing? They're giving you a thumbs up. And you mentioned your cookbook earlier, Zaleha. Tell us a little bit about your cookbook.
My cookbook, it was published last year by Marshall Cavendish Singapore. So it has since won the Gourmand World Cookbook Award for one of the best cookbooks in the world. It's exciting. So if you guys get hold of it, it's you can order them through Amazon UK. You can order them through Amazon Europe. It's on Book Depository. It's also in Malaysia. It's in MPH, in Kinokuniya, and also you can order direct from MPH online as well. So go for it. There's lots of traditional Malay recipes, especially from my hometown as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a whole bunch of stuff that Zaleha has made during our series, I've never heard of, let alone actually taste it. So I find all these really fascinating. So get a hold of Zaleha's cookbook, which is called My Rendang Isn't Crispy. All right.
Yes, right. My rendang isn't crispy. It all came from all those MasterChef bits, and
yeah, MasterChef Gate. All right, guys. Thank you so much for this, Zaleha. This looks amazing. I'm going to have to give it a shot one of these days. But yeah, I love that unique spin with the sauce and also with how you made the soup itself as well. Because like I said, the Chinese style fishball noodle soup tends to be very, very clear and very bland, very, yeah. I don't know. I tend to like something a little bit strong flavored, so I think I might actually quite take to this particular recipe.
Yay!
I'm gonna have to give it a
go. If you give it a go, do tag me on Instagram or on Facebook. Then, I'll be happy to see that.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to tag us if you attempt any of these recipes. All right, because we are hoping to reward our viewers in future for those who attempt our recipes and post them on social media and tag us, because we like to at least kind of give you a shout out anyway. But yeah, make sure you tag us. All right. Thanks again, Zaleha, and thank you guys. Don't forget to share these videos out around so that we can continue to create more content for you. And we look forward to seeing you. Our next session is actually Mak John, Masak Apa Tak Jadi Hari Ini, which is another special set of broadcasts that VH chefs do, specifically catered towards that particular Facebook group, Masak Apa Tak Jadi Hari Ini. And the recipes are usually a little bit outside the box sort of thing. They're not necessarily just pure Malaysian recipes. It's kind of like our experience of cooking, and we like cooking for Malaysians, right? So our Masak Apa Tak Jadi Hari Ni broadcasts run on Wednesdays and Fridays. But if you sign up to malaysianchefs.com/join today, you will get notified by me about when the next session is. Okay, so we look forward to seeing you this Wednesday for our next round of Masak Apa Tak Jadi Hari Ni series. All right, guys, we're going to bump out with Tourism Malaysia, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Bye.
Ha ha ha!